If marriage between one man and one woman matters to you, and if you want a strong marriage that glorifies God, you and your spouse will be blessed by connecting with the marriage ministry of Curtis and Tina Norton, Married Strong for Life.
What is marriage? What is marriage? You know, one of the things that we want to look at this morning is what God says about marriage. And one of the things that we want to talk about is covenant.
Okay.
We want to talk about covenant.
And covenant is a word that we're not using a lot of time in our vernacular. It's the agreement between two people that is binding. And covenant, for us, from a biblical perspective, is really what the course of marriage is all about. It is where covenant rules, period. It is the Father's heart for a man and a woman joined together to impact and influence their generation and subsequent generations through the children, the sphere of activity and influence that they will have together, as well as through their children's children. You know, the Bible talks about God being the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In his mind, he's extremely generational in his scope concerning marriage and family. And so is covenant. Covenant is an enduring process where man and woman walk together as a foundational unit. As they have children, they produce in like kind in their children. And then as their children have children, they produce in like kind in their generation. And so it's a perpetual process. The whole concept of covenant, again, quite foreign to us in its general sense, but we can understand it from the standpoint of just shaking hands and saying that we're committed for the long haul in the task that's in front of us. And I use that word task very loosely because I don't believe that marriage is a task. But it is a work, but I don't believe it's a task. Task seems to kind of connotate, you know, heavy labor, you know, like it's wearing me on my back or whatever. But I don't believe it's a task in that sense. It is work, and it's a good work. Somebody says it's a good work.
Good work. You know, one of the things, and I want to share this with you because in marriage and in covenant, this is the only time where, you know, mathematics, 1 + 1
absolutely
doesn't equal 2.
Right.
It equals 1.
That's right.
And I know that we both came with different philosophies and individual kind of giftings, but when we come together, it's no longer about, you know, me as an individual, it's about us.
Yeah.
And one of the things in covenant is that we've got to recognize that we're accountable not just to one another, but more importantly, God.
Absolutely.
And God makes up the triangle of agreement that is necessary and validates covenant.
Absolutely.
Come on, say that with me. Me and my spouse.
Me and my spouse.
And God.
And God.
It is the triangle of agreement. Yeah, it's the triangle of agreement. You know, you can't get out of your relationship with your spouse because God sees everything you do. One of the powerful things in Genesis chapter number 2, verse number 23, the Bible says, and I'm so glad he did it, verse 21 said, the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam.
Hello, somebody.
Because I think if Adam would have known that what God was about to do, he may have asked, can we figure something else out?